Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday, and welcome to our usual style snack time. I'm so happy to be here. We are doing a special series this week. I've gone live every day this week discussing in depth one classic style twist per day. And we've already covered minimal classic on Monday. We did cute classic or light classic yesterday. Today we're talking about my other favorite besides minimal classic, which is edgy classic. And so, this it's me. It's always going to be my favorite, and I'm so glad you can join me today. Even if you don't feel like you have any edgy classic, first of all, you might be surprised when you hear what it actually means. But second of all, listen in anyway, because knowing what to avoid is just as important as knowing what to look for, because inadvertently bringing in other style twists can make your outfit feel off. The ones that you don't uh, resonate with or identify with. And so recognizing what those elements are and saying, oh, now I can understand why that top was never a favorite, even though I loved all these other things about it. It had just that little edgy detail, and I'm not edgy. So I want to tell you a story. Well, the Edgy Classic post is actually the one I wrote first. I was at school. I was going on a field trip with my daughter, and the parents were out in the hall waiting before it was time to get on the buses. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and she said, April, do you think I'm too old to wear destroyed jeans? Because I love them, but I just turned 40 and I don't want to look ridiculous. Like I'm trying too hard to be young now that I'm 40. And I wrote this post in response to that question because I had the same problem. I went through the lost years when, after I had kids, I went from corporate America to a stay-at-home mom of triplets, and I had no casual clothes. And this dramatic shift in my lifestyle and my life just made me question everything about myself, including my style. And after my sixth kid in 6 years, I realized I hated how I looked. I didn't like how I felt. And so I started trying to find my style again. And one of the first things I did was try to find some good jeans, because those are like everything. And I went into a store and I tried some on, and I found the ones I loved. And they were a little destroyed. They weren't like big time destroyed. They weren't like huge gaping holes or anything like that, but they just were a little bit roughed up in a few places. Couldn't see skin. And then there was an identical pair in just a more conservative wash. And so I came out of the fitting room in the ones that I loved, the slightly destroyed ones. And some girl who worked there, she was in college, right? And she's like, so what do you think? And I was like, I love how these fit. I mean, they're so comfortable. I love how they look, but well, I should probably get the other ones because these are a little destroyed and I'm too old for that. And I looked at her out of the corner of my eye. I was waiting for her to say, no, you're not. Those jeans look great on you. She didn't say it. And I was like, I have 6 kids, and nobody wants to see a mom, especially a mom of 6, wearing destroyed jeans. I'll just look like I'm trying too hard. And I looked at her again out of the corner of my eye, waiting for her to object and tell me that no, you look great in those jeans. Girl, you rock it. I wanted someone to give me permission to wear what I really loved. And this girl was in college. She was getting paid minimum wage to fold clothes, right? She didn't care about my own personal style struggles and my identity crisis. She was there to do a job and go home, right? And she didn't give me the permission I was looking for, and I did not buy those jeans. I got the conservative ones, which I also love, But I also love destroyed jeans. They're not for everyone. They're not even for all edgy classic style women. It's very much a love it or hate it item. I love them. So most of my life, I went from one extreme to the other with my outfits. I was either super minimal classic, like right out of a Ralph Lauren catalog, or I looked like I was ready for a night out in Vegas. For me, it was either pearls and cable knit sweaters or red vinyl snakeskin pants. Oh, yes, I had a pair in college with platforms. And at both ends of the extreme, I felt uncomfortable because I was either too prim and proper, like Molly Ringwald, or too early morning detention regular, like Ali Sheedy in The Breakfast Club. So I would love to know, did any of you have a moment like this where you felt like you had to stop incorporating these details because you had a birthday or you had a baby or something happened and you felt like you had to stop? And if any of you have ever done this wide arc swinging back and forth from one extreme to the other. So I finally realized that I am a mix of both edgy and minimal classic styles. I need both. I need mostly minimal classic. Otherwise, I still don't feel right. And over the last few years, I've worked hard to find the balance that feels good to me. So, what is my perfect ratio of edgy to classic? Well, honestly, it depends on the day. And my ratio will be different from your ratio. And there are edgy things that I don't like for me that might be perfect for you. And the exact opposite could be true. So, me personally, I can go anywhere from 80 to 90% minimal and 20 or 10% edgy. Occasionally it's 70-30, not as often. I love the edgy side of sophisticated. As a Southern lady, I'm classy, but I can definitely hold my own. I never back down from a fight if I feel like I'm right, even if you're twice my size. And I stand my ground, but I don't go looking for trouble. I'm not afraid of anyone, even if I should be. And it takes a lot to set me off, but heaven help you if you do. And that's just the honest truth. And if you know me well in person, you know that's true. I laughed out loud when I read this description by Danny Zuha when he described his wife because it sums me up so well. Who she is as a person is the flesh and blood equivalent to a box cutter. Fluorescent orange, razor sharp, and dangerous as hell to imbeciles and the unskilled. And that is the truth. So, the question to ask yourself about your edgy style is this: do you want to whisper, speak, or shout? I'm more of a whisper to a loud whisper kind of girl when it comes to my edgy side, but it could be very different for you. And I have finally learned and accept that this doesn't change for me just because I'll be 45 this spring. And my personality has not softened or lightened or whatever. In fact, it'll probably get worse as I get older, right? So I am not going to stop being who I am, and I'm not going to stop dressing to reflect who I am, no matter how many candles are on my cake. How I choose to represent it may change with age. You might be burying me in destroyed jeans. I haven't decided. I've already picked out my trench coat because it's got leather sleeves. I've told my husband I want to be buried in that coat. But I will always have a razor sharp edge to me, and I will always show that in my appearance. It's truth in advertising, and it's really a public service. If you understand who I am, then you and I will get along a lot better. So let's talk about edgy versus edgy classic. I love moto jackets, but I don't love the traditional James Dean Rebel Without a Cause style moto jacket. That is too edgy for me, or the wrong kind of edgy for me. But they're great for others. They're just, it's just not me, but they could be perfect for you. I prefer something that's a little more subtle, a little more on the classy side of that particular style. So I'll show you my favorite. Well, it's one of my very favorite items I own in my entire wardrobe. I wear it and wear it and wear it and wear it to the point where y'all are probably super sick of seeing it. But it's so me. This is my version of a moto jacket. It's got an asymmetrical zipper, but it doesn't have the large lapels like the other style. It's got an asymmetrical zipper pocket here, also on the sides. It's got the mandarin collar and the 2 snaps. It is edgy, but it's the kind of edgy that I can pair with a skirt and some flats and a very ladylike bag. So that is what edgy looks like for me. And it's also got a nice sheen to it. It's not beat up or destroyed in any way. It's not bulky. And I tend to pair it with very classic items. And so let's talk about edgy classic details in your clothes. I personally tend to get my edgy vibes in my accessories, jewelry, shoes, jackets, bags, and my clothes themselves tend to be more minimal classic. But in certain seasons, like summer, it's really hard for me to do that. And so I have to bring in my edgy details in other ways because I'm not wearing boots, jackets, leather. Like it's harder to find leather and zippers and things on your summer clothes. So that is a season I always struggled with. But let's talk about what kind of details bring out that edgy. Exposed zippers are a great way to bring out your edgy details. It could be on the front of a neckline, along the shoulder, the lower side seam of a sweater, your pants pocket, a zip up ankle opening on your pants. And when zippers replace buttons on something like a classic A-line dress, it takes a classic style and it goes edgy. So you can put the zippers anywhere you want, as long as it's not in a spot you normally would have it, right? Leather trim is another great way to subtly or overtly bring in your edgy side. It can be as subtle as piping on a neckline, along a pocket, or outlining a zipper. It can be as overt as the entire front of a t-shirt, large panels on your pants, or full-on leather pants. Oh, my leather pants. You'll never pry them out of my cold dead hands. That might be buried in those too. And my favorite trench coat has leather sleeves, a leather collar, and zipper cuff details, and a zipper on the pockets. But it's a very streamlined, classic black, single-breasted trench coat. In all other ways, it's minimal classic. Studs are another great way to incorporate your classic style. And they don't have to look like a Vegas showgirl costume, and they don't have to look like you're gonna knife someone in the lunch line either. They can be small and subtle on the trim of a neckline or a pocket line, or they can be large and noticeable on the front of a jacket. The quantity and scale of them determine how flashy they are, and the shape. So for me, round studs, do not do it. They have to be stabby. Everything I wear has to be stabby. Grommets are similar, but they're not as edgy because they're round, and circles aren't edgy. Angles are edgy. V necklines, triangles, asymmetry, angular patterns, anything that's pointy, sharp, angular, irregular, or could definitely put an eye out is a shape I want in my outfit, whether it's a pattern in my shirt or it's a pattern created by my clothes. I like to create V's in my clothes and shoes with pointy toes, V-neck tops, or buttoning the middle button of my jacket. So it creates a V here and a V here. My keyword is stabby. Is it stabby? I think I made that word up, but it's so true. Texture is another way to bring in that edgy feeling. Destroyed fabric, cutouts, all suggest that maybe you've been in a fight. And this detail definitely isn't for everyone. Destroyed jeans are as polarizing as turtlenecks. You either love them or you despise them. And it's okay either way. I'll have people comment on my outfits online and say, I hate destroyed jeans. And I'm like, okay. I don't see how that is relevant to me, but thank you for sharing your opinion. You don't have to like anything about my outfit, and you don't have to like destroyed jeans. You have my permission to hate them all you want if that's what you're looking for. And I have my permission to heart them. This is the only kind of heart you're ever going to see on me. All I want, and wear them as much as I want, whether you approve or not, because you don't get a vote. And no one else should get a vote on your style either. And I'll tell you, it takes a while to arrive at that place. And if you're not there, I hope that listening to these style snacks with me every week, because we talk about this all the time, will help you develop that, because you're the only one who has to like what you wear. So there is no middle ground when it comes to destroyed jeans. I am in the can't live without them camp. So I love destroyed jeans, but I will not wear a destroyed sweater or t-shirt. Like, to me, a torn shirt is just, it's not me. I don't know why. It could be totally you. I can't do it. And I do know that I'm not into them at all. And that's part of knowing and accepting my style. So texture could be jute trim on a wedge sandal. I will wear lace as long as the pattern is stabby and angular, or even rectangles, but I will not wear a swirly twirly florally lace because that's not me. Leather trim, chunky knits in your sweaters, the diamond pattern in a quilted jacket, metallics, chain details, mesh, ribbing, and more. And some of these details you might be like, but I like that and I'm not edgy. We talked about this yesterday, that there are things that can go one way or the other, and it really depends on what else you're pairing it with. So let's go back to that picture of me in the leopard skirt. This leopard skirt could be worn by any of the classic style twists. And depending on how you pair it, it will take on another vibe. So looking at this, because of my moto jacket, that's the largest dose of edgy I have in this outfit, but I've got the pointy-toed shoes. My earrings are stabby. This skirt looks edgier, where a cute classic could pair this in a totally different way. And you would be like, that is so cute. You're so cute. And a minimal could pair it in a totally different way, and it's minimal. This is a pattern that you can all wear, and how you wear it will make it look different. So let's talk animal prints. They're tricky for me because I don't like muddy looking things. I like very distinct patterns. That's part of my minimal classic. And I only wear winter palette clothing colors. And the only animal print that naturally falls into that is zebra. and I don't like zebra. Zebras aren't dangerous. Zebras don't eat people. No one's afraid of a zebra. I tend to think of that as more of a cute classic pattern. I love snakeskin reptile patterns, and those can be really hard to find in my color palette, but they are perfect for edgy style. And it can also be a texture, a tone on tone texture, like black on black snakeskin textured shoes. And then a leopard disappeared from my wardrobe for a few years because it's not supposed to go with my color palette, but I have found my perfect leopard, and now I can't get enough leopard. Cannot get enough leopard. I've always said stripes are my favorite color. Actually, my daughter said that about me. Mom, your stripes are your favorite color. I've noticed that when she was really young. And it's true, but like leopard and stripes are like this. So those are the animal prints that feel edgy. Is it an animal that could eat you or kill you, seriously maim you? Then yes. There is an element of danger to the edgy classic style. Not that we're really going to hurt someone, but we have a sharp edge to us. So obviously I can't talk about edgy classic style without mentioning my real favorite color, which is black. And adding black always adds some edge. And again, you can wear all black and make it cute or soft or sporty or minimal, but it's so much easier to get your edgy on when you're in darker, deeper colors. And black is as dark and deep as it gets. And wearing all black, I can get more edge wearing all black with very minimal edgy details than I can. I have to add more edge the more color I'm wearing to feel right. So if I said before, if I had to sum up my edgy accessories in one word, it would be stabby. Is it stabby? Then yes, I like it. If it couldn't double as a weapon or put your eye out, I won't wear it. My jewelry is sharp, pointy, angular, and potentially dangerous. They usually have some sort of triangle or diamond shape to them. My shoes have pointy V-shaped toes. Textures like the jute or the snake skin, the extra straps, like really strappy things, anything that looks a little bondagey, right? Super stabby or chunky, substantial heels. My bags might be textured, quilted, studded, or have extra chain and zipper details. And I need my hair to have some piecey, angular, textured, sharp pieces to it. When we moved a few months ago, because I had a pixie for several years, and my pixie needed to be stabby, right? And I grew my hair out just because I had like my 12th pixie for 3 or 4 years, and I was ready for a change. And when I met with my new stylist here, and he was like, "So how do you want your hair?" And I was like, if it looks like I have snakes on my head, we're doing good. I do not like my curls to be too tame, too perfect. I like them to look a little messy and stabby. I don't want the curls to point into my head. I want them to point out of my head. Maybe poke your eye if you get a little too close. When it comes to makeup, you can definitely add an edgy vibe without going full on goth. A little smudged black eyeliner on the outer V of your eyelids adds a little bit of "this is from the night before and I just woke up," but not "I don't remember last night at all and I might have a new last name," because there's a difference, right? A bold lip color, and I usually do either a bold lip or a bold eye. Tight lining always adds a subtle, edgy look to your eye makeup, but it's always got a little bit of an element of danger. A good smoky eye, a really deep smoky eye. It really depends on where you're going and what your mood is for that day. I also will wear a full-on neutral makeup look when I need it. And that's going into my minimal and not my edgy. So you might be saying, wait a second, where's the classic in all this? The classic is in the style and the fit of my clothes. I love button-ups, dark wash tailored jeans or shredded, shirt dresses, stripes, chino shorts, pencil skirts, flats, loafers, but my loafers have to be stabby. They have to be pointed toed. I cannot wear the round loafers, even though I like them on other people. Trench coats, a very tailored fit. I love a neutral color palette. The overall look of my clothing is classic, and I sprinkle in some of the edgy details to add a whisper of danger. We're not hosing it down, right? And I went through a stage when I really kind of, I would go super edgy, right? And then I would feel wrong, way worse than when I went all classic. So my favorite striped Breton tee has exposed zippers on the shoulders. Classic as it comes to wear a navy and white striped Breton tee, but those zippers on my shoulders are an edgy addition. And I have a black pencil skirt. Okay, well, I have more than one black pencil skirt, but my favorite one has leather panels on the front and back. Some of my button-ups, I wore a black button-up yesterday, but I have the same one with a leopard textured, I almost wore it today. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. But a leopard texture black on black pattern. And that's edgier. So I also go for more substantial stripes. I don't like narrow stripes. I like wide, extra bold stripes. My classic black flats and heels are pointy-toed with shiny leather. One pair of heels has a textured lizard skin leather on the heel. Very subtle, but it's there. And a classic shirt dress is timeless, but I pair it with stabby jewelry. And most of my wardrobe is solid colors. A lot of it's black and neutral. And it's very classic, and it tones down the edge. If I wore all of these details all the time, it would be too much for me. And I can only handle so much pattern before I can't. So it's really all about balance and picking and choosing based on what's in my outfit and my mood and what I need that day. Like if I need a wide berth today, then we're going extra stabby. And that's your warning. I'm having a hard day and I need some space and I'm wearing all the studs. I'm a porcupine today. I hope you can see it. Give me some room. When I'm wearing leather pants or destroyed jeans, I keep it really classic in the rest of my outfit. If I'm wearing a lot of edgy jewelry, I'll go very classic in the rest of my clothes. And if I just need a little bit, I'll do a little bit of edgy jewelry. So today, well, I'm wearing all black again. This has just been a theme the last 2 months. And I'm not wearing a lot of jewelry, but I've got my little double stabby earrings here. So this is a stabby three-dimensional diamond shape here. And then I've got this here. This is stabby. This is stabby. This is stabby. These are things that don't come off. Well, I mean, these ones do, but these are always on. And that's my Insta stabby. Every day, it's part of me. And that's all the stabby I'm wearing today, aside from my pointy-toed shoes. But the all black paired with all this feeds into that stabby, and it's what I needed today. So I remember I was at the mall several years ago. I was wearing a classic Breton t-shirt and a pink cardigan, which that alone was a mistake, and maybe some pink flats and some jeans and just a bag. And I felt like I was going to climb out of my skin. I was so uncomfortable. I went into a store, bought a pair of destroyed jeans, paid for them, went back into the dressing room and put them on, and it was like I could breathe again. It was too classic. And the pink, I love pink but I have to wear it certain ways. So it is just what I need. And in case we didn't cover this well enough in the beginning, are you ever too old to dress edgy if this is who you are? No, you're not. If edgy is who you are, it is a public service announcement to represent it in your style. It's truth in advertising. I am not cute, fun, sweet, or girly. I'm nice. I am a nice person. I would never intentionally hurt someone's feelings, but I do unintentionally hurt people's feelings because I have sharp edges. And what doesn't feel at all sharp in words to me cuts like a knife to someone else. So reaching a certain birthday won't change that about me. And changing how I dress won't change who I am either. I won't become a hugger or a person who speaks softly and sweetly all the time, and I won't suddenly stop sharing my opinions. So why would I be expected to change my style to reflect something I'm not just because of the number of candles on my cake? It's irrelevant. Okay, how are we all clear on that? Let's look at some examples and see some edgy style in action. I've gotten very passionate about this one because it's personal to me. It is me. So this, oh my gosh, where did she get this dress? This high contrast, large triangle pattern is stabby and edgy. She's paired it with a moto jacket on top of that. And this is the kind of moto jacket that I personally don't feel comfortable in, but may work perfectly for you. You can see that she's got a stabby bracelet, looks like, on. But everything she's wearing is substantial. It's got weight to it. This is a very classic outfit that I have worn approximately 5,000 times. A basic black turtleneck, classic black flats, classic jeans, but with a destroyed knee. This is an example of how you could bring some edgy into a very professional work environment. Here, Michelle Williams is wearing a classic black blazer with a white top. I mean, she's basically wearing a black suit. It's a t-shirt. You could dress it up with a dressier shirt, but she's got that leather lapel on her jacket. It's subtle, but it sends a message. You can also see that she's lined her eyes a little more heavily. She's got, looks like she's tight lined on the lower part, and she's got a neutral lip, but she went a little more on lining her eyes, even though the rest of her face looks very fresh. And her hair, it's a hairstyle, right? It's a very nice hairstyle. And when styled differently, could be the same haircut could be styled to be totally different. But here it's very PC. Her part is irregular. and it's just got some texture to it. Here's a great example of an all black outfit that could be totally different. She's wearing a black sweater and a black cardigan here, black pants. All of this is very classic, but these ultra strappy heels that make those diamond patterns instantly make it edgy. Just the shoes. And you can see she's got on a very substantial textured bracelet that adds to it. An asymmetrical, it looks like a necklace. It's kind of asymmetrical sitting to the side, and then she's got, even her sunglasses are a little stabby. But even just the shoes, take this basic black outfit, which could be styled. You change those shoes and you've got a totally different look, but those shoes make it edgy. This is me. I'm wearing what could otherwise be kind of a preppy outfit. I've got my striped button-up shirt, layered under a red crew neck classic top, super classic. I'm wearing my leopard flats with destroyed jeans. The destroyed jeans, there's also the chain strap on my bag, and my bag also has an angular stitched pattern in it, but it's really the jeans that take it to the edgy level. And if I had worn regular jeans with this and maybe just navy flats, I would not have been okay. This would have been too preppy for me. I love this top. They're stabby stripes. And then on my sandals, I've got, there's a studded detail on my, get my earrings. They look like shards of glass. Those are stabby for sure. I mean, again, I've got that chain detail, and here you can see I included a side shot so you could see the pattern, the angular pattern in the stitching on my bag. And here I went with a more neutral lip, but even this really dark blood red vampire lip that I'm wearing today kind of adds to that element of danger. Am I gonna bite you? Maybe. Not really, but you don't know that, do you? I could, or maybe I just bit somebody else. This top has, these are flat studs, and the studs are actually small and round, but they're making an angular pattern on my shoulders. And there's also a little stud detail here around the sole of my boots. And the blood red nails. You can wear red nails no matter what. It's just, it all adds up to a look, right? And then here I'm wearing a basic black top, basic ankle pants, but my top has this leather detail down the front, a little chain detail here. I'm wearing those glass shard earrings again, and then my bag is stabby with the studs. And with these other details, that makes my leopard flats look edgy. So I hope you can see that edgy doesn't have to look like you're gonna get in a fight or that you were in a fight. There's just, I mean, it can, but there's just a little bit of an element of sharpness. It's stabby. There needs to be a sharpness to it. And that can come out in whatever way you want it to. But it needs to reflect that sharp edge that you have. So this coming week, we're going to be doing the Style Twist Challenge, where I give you an inspiration each day, an inspiration outfit each day. You shop your closet for your climate, for what you own, for your own personal preferences, and then you incorporate your classic style twist to play around with this. It's going to be fun. Play around with what feels good to you, and if you can find that sweet spot, and if you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'm this, maybe I'm that, you might need to combine some, or maybe trying it out will be enough for you to go like me in that outfit at the mall. Like, I just, oh my gosh, I was so uncomfortable. I didn't want anyone to see me. I really didn't want anyone I knew to see me. Like, I felt like a walking lie. I am not this sweet. I need something to tell the truth. So we're doing this challenge. If you haven't joined yet, go to stunningstyle.com/twist. You'll get all the details. We're starting on Monday, but you get your first outfit on Sunday. You'll get it at 3 p.m. Eastern time, and that'll give you time to shop your closet and enjoy it instead of doing it in a rush in the morning, because that's no fun at all. And share your pictures, and each time you share one of your outfits, and you register for the challenge, you're entered to win a $100 Kendra Scott gift card. I just love her jewelry. She doesn't know I'm doing this. This is not sponsored. I bought the gift card with my own dollars. Like, this is just me doing it because I have a lot of her stuff. I really like her jewelry. It's very well made, and there's something for everyone there, no matter what your preferences are, from metal color to style twist. She's got a lot of great styles. So I hope this was helpful, and I would love to know what you got out of this. Did it confirm for you that you got a little bit of edgy to you? Did it confirm to you that you didn't, and now you know what to stay away from? And did you find some new details to incorporate into your style? I would love to know, so let me know in the comments. Maria's excited about edgy. I'm so glad. Patty says, I'm so excited for this twist. I'm so glad too. Emily says, I literally had that same conversation with my girlfriend last fall. She said she needed new clothes, but had no idea what she should be wearing as she approached 40. I told her all about stunning style and told her she should ignore the shoulds and wear what she loves and feels amazing in. Emily, thank you for sharing the message, because that's the message we're trying to get out. We are pounded with shoulds, especially as women. You should do, be, say, wear, want these things, and you're not allowed to do, be, say, wear, want these things. And they're wrong, and we need to take it back. Take back our choices, our identity. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And you can start by just wearing what you love. So good for you. I hope she listened to you. I'm so glad you told her that. A Facebook user says, I'm about to turn 60, but still want to do minimal classic with a mix of edgy classic. Well, then do it. And if you need someone to give you permission, like I was hoping for that day in the fitting room, you have my permission. Amelie says, I quit full-on edgy because I was tired of security trailing me in stores. Honest answer. Okay, do you want to hear a funny story? So when I was in college, I danced in college. And when I was in college, I danced on a team in college. And I would go salsa dancing twice a week, just for fun. Like, I'd go by myself. I'm not here to meet anybody. I don't want to know your name. I'm definitely not giving you my number. I just want to dance. And if you're a good dancer, that's all I care about. So I went to these same two places on Thursday and Saturday. And you had to go through a security thing, right? And the guy would wand you. And, you know, I dressed edgier when I went salsa dancing, and I was wearing my very tight red vinyl snakeskin pants, and I'm sure a very tight top. And he started to wand me. And I mean, I've seen this guy every Saturday for how many months? Like, I'm not a stranger, you know who I am. And finally, I just looked at him, I go, exactly what do you think I'm hiding, and where do you think I could have put it? And because my outfit was really tight, and he was like, "It's a good point. You can go on." But yeah, I mean, they did it to everybody. But I know what you mean. Like, yeah, I looked like a juvenile delinquent. But that's funny, Amelie. Thanks for sharing that story. Kim says, I went from Penelope Garcia from Criminal Minds to go French minimalism. So, how do you feel best, Kim? I would love to know, because I mean, Penelope Garcia is super adorable, but she's like on that super extreme edge of cute, right? And that's perfect for some people and out of control for others. Another Facebook user says, I hear you, Sherry, I'm 61. Oh, so that must have been Sherry, because I can't see. I can only see your name if you click on the link at the top, except Mirka. She clicks all the time and I still can't see your name. So it says Facebook user if 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 you haven't clicked the link. But I guess that was she's responding to Sherry. Michelle says you got packages. I might. Oh, so you can see people walking back and forth here. Those are contractors. This is the back of the house. I hope I've got packages. My word, I'm on pins and needles here. I'm working on the spring classic wardrobe guide, and with this storm and just whatever, all these I've been waiting and waiting. None of the packages have arrived, and I can't even see the tracking details. They're all blank because vortex or something. So I hope I've got packages, but those were contractors walking back there. A Facebook user says, I love that you said you'll never stop being you. Regardless of our age or current trends, we are who we are. At 47, I'm finally allowing the real me to shine through, and I'll continue to do so at 87. Oh, that was Stacy. Thanks for putting your name, Stacy. Stacy, I'm so glad, because what age has zero to do with it. Zero. Those are those shoulds that we have been fed, and they're lies. Patty says, where do raw edges fall? I love them. Raw edges are edgy. They're undone, right? They are unfinished. They're ripped. Melinda says, I would never have thought of buttoning the middle of a jacket as edgy and creating a V. I usually button the middle two buttons of my cardigans, but would not have seen that as edgy. Interesting point, and it makes sense. So it's one of those things that can be, like, you can do that and not be edgy. It's something that adds to the edgy for me. So anybody can do that and make it part of their style. But for me, just I like those V shapes, and creating that V adds to my edgy, but it doesn't have to be an edgy detail, if that makes sense. Michelle says, I am equally 27% sporty, edgy, and cute. So adding a little bit of each one might be how you come up with your signature style. And, you know, we talked about this every day this week, but if you've taken the style twist quiz, it's not perfect. I am not perfect. The quiz is not perfect. And no one knows you better than you. And I'm not here to tell you who or what you are. The quiz is meant to be fun. It's meant to be useful. And a lot of you have found it useful. But if you get the results of the quiz and you're like, are you talking to me? Because no, then ignore it. If it doesn't feel like you, ignore it. I would ask that you at least look at those twists and read the descriptions or watch the videos, because it might not be what you think it is, or there might just be parts of it that play into it. You don't have to like, wear, and want every aspect of a twist. They're all options, like a buffet, and you pick and choose what feels good to you. But always listen to yourself. I am not the boss of you, and neither is the quiz. So if it doesn't sound right, then just ignore it. Michelle says, I love snakeskin and leopard in those cool grays and whites paired with bright colors. I have a white t-shirt with a metallic silver snakeskin pattern on it. I love it. I totally love it. Michelle says, I'm a winter too. I recently found a snow leopard sweater and I'm in love. So good. I got one this winter too. I've only worn it once because I've been in my blacks phase for 2 months. But I like it. Somebody else is hearting snow leopard. Michelle says, edgy means drawn to that quintessential bad boy idea, except you are the bad boy or bad girl. That's who you are. Not necessarily who you like. Patty says, can you elaborate on jute, please? Rope. So jute is that ropey texture that you find on the sides of wedges. They're very coarse and rough and textured. They can definitely be unedgy, but that coarseness can add to the edginess. Marcy says, I've noticed that you have a new necklace. I love it. Is it from Kendra Scott? Well, thank you. This necklace is being featured in the Spring Classic Wardrobe Guide. So I fell in love with it the moment I saw it. And I knew that was going in the guide. So this will be linked in the Spring Classic Wardrobe Guide. If you love it too, it's one of the featured items. A Facebook user says, so should we choose which twist we score highest on for the style steps or the one we need the most help with? So we'll discuss that in the Stunning Style Society. And we'll discuss it once the spring guide is launched. You have a few weeks to decide, and we'll have that conversation there. Emily says, I have the hardest time with this twist, trying to figure out why I score it all. I'm keeping a running list of the details you're describing, and I have almost all of them under my hate file, but I have animal prints, pointy toes, and v-neck tops under my love. My style book describes Euro chic as classic style that is dramatic, elegant, and edgy, and thinking of it this way helps me integrate it into my minimal, simple style. So, Emily, you may not have any edgy. So the things that you said that you love, animal prints, pointy shoes, and v-neck tops, can all be minimal classic. They add to my edgy classic, but they are not the foundation of edgy style. Do you know what I mean? So and the difference being, well, like I cannot wear not pointy-toed flats. Almond, round, no. I cannot. I have to have the pointy toe. It is a deal breaker for me. That may not be the case for you. Liking it and requiring it are different. V-neck tops, all the classic style twists can love V-neck tops. They just add, for me, they add to my edginess. They contribute to that look along with the other details. Animal prints, like I said, any classic style twist can wear leopard. It's all how you wear it. So the things that you're saying you're like, they are things that edgy classics like, but others like and wear them too in their way. So other elements of edgy are substantial. So I don't like skinny belts. I like wide belts. I don't like skinny stripes. I want wide stripes. If that makes sense. Mirka says, I think my small amount of cute cuts the edge in me a bit, which shows in my preferences. I also love that you say how you'll never change. My goth side will also be part of me too, but it's not as obvious any longer as it used to be. Oh my gosh, Mirka, I love that you shared your goth pictures of this because you are so hot. You're just, oh my gosh, you're so cool. I want to be Mirka when I grow up. So you need that little bit of cute to take a little bit of the sharpness off the edge, but you need that little bit of that edge to take some of the sweetness out of the cute, right? And that's what makes it feel great to you, is combining them, because just like I can't be just minimal or just edgy, you can't be just minimal and edgy or just minimal and cute. You need all three to really feel perfect. And that's where your signature style comes in, by pulling in the different ones that you need to make that. A Facebook user says, I'm soft, edgy, some cute, depends on the day. I love my rounded grommets, soft leather purses with metal. Thanks for ideas on blending my style by sprinkling the edgy. Oh, that was Jennifer. Well, you're welcome. And soft, edgy is often described as boho. That's what boho actually is, a combination of soft and edgy. And then adding a little bit of that cute. So yeah, you can see which of these elements that you're drawn to and how you can combine those with the soft elements. And we're talking about Soft Classic tomorrow, so I hope you'll join me then. Michelle says, I have to watch my tongue at times because I can speak very abruptly, and while it sounds okay to me, it is harsh to others. Oh my gosh, Michelle, you and me both. It's worse if you surprise me or you catch me off guard. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just honest. Like, I just say what I'm thinking. And when people say, I cannot believe you just said that, I'll think, you should hear all the things I don't say. I exercise a lot of restraint, and I'd like some credit for that, please. And depending who I'm around, I have to weigh and measure every word, because what sounds totally fine to me comes across as very harsh and blunt to others, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, right? And so I have this thing where years ago I started, if someone asked me what I thought about something, I would say, do you want my opinion or do you want my approval? Because I can give you either one. Where are we headed here? And a lot of times they'll say, I want your approval. And I'll go, I think it's a great idea. You should do it. I am totally willing to give you my approval if that is what you want, but don't ask me for my opinion if you don't actually want to hear it. And when I ask people for their opinion, I have to say, I really do want you to be honest with me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I value candor. I'm asking you because I really want to know. And not everybody feels that way, and that's okay. But there's like, for some people, there's this unwritten manual of like, when I ask you a question and ask you for opinion, I expect you to tell me what I want to hear. But if I don't know that, that's not really fair either. So Michelle, I'm with you. Don't surprise me. Don't catch me off guard, and give me some warning so I can filter. My filter is very thin. Michelle says, I love that dress. Are you talking about the triangle one? Me too. Linda says, love the black and white stabby print dress. I know. Oh, I would love to have that dress. Michelle says, I love the word stabby, but it's so perfect to describe it, right? And so when I'm out shopping, or if I'm looking at something and they're trying to push things on me, then I'm like, I don't like that. And they're like, oh, but it's no. I want stabby. I'm looking for stabby things. And then they go, oh, I understand now. I'm like, great. Let's stick to stabby. A Facebook user says, I love that stabby top and earrings. All the stabbies. One of you says, so what would you call it if you took away the distressed jeans and wore navy flats? You mentioned it would look preppy. How does preppy fit into your twist category? Well, preppy is kind of a different twist. and it's one that I haven't ever written about. And these 5 twists are not the only twists out there. They're just the 5 that I've written about. So you don't have to identify with any of them. You can be preppy classic, you can be boho classic, you can be any kind of classic that you want to. But that outfit would have been super preppy if I didn't have the edgy details to it. So yeah, that's it's its own thing. One of you says, I'm wearing that exact top right now. It's a good one, isn't it? I love it. Sorry, the comments bumped up on me. They move fast, and I've got to find my spot again. Michelle says, what twists do metallics, as in bags and shoes, fit into? Well, any of them. It's just how you apply it. It's one of those things that any of the twists can wear. It's just what you do with it, how you wear it. Amelie says, preppy punk is a legit look. Yeah, it is. It totally is. Amelie, I wowould love if you shared some pictures of you in your danger days. I would love to see that. I'm trying to get a visual on this, and I just need to see it. So if you'll share some pictures, you'll make my day. Emily says, I always think of preppy as like minimal with a touch of sporty, a whisper of sporty. Yes, but also some cute. It's heavier on the cute than on the sporty. But yeah, minimal, sporty, and cute together can equal preppy. I agree with that. A Facebook user says, I'm definitely a cute classic, but do like to add in a bit of edge now and then by bringing out my inner rocker, huge 80s hairband fan here. Oh my gosh. Me too. The bands, not the cute. But the thing about cute classics is sometimes they like to dabble in the other ones because it's fun. And it's kind of like playing dress up. And playing dress up is fun. And instead of feeling weird, it's like, I'm going to play edgy today. Isn't that fun? But you can't do it every day or you'll start to feel icky. So I totally get it. But oh my gosh, Guns N' Roses. My kids, yeah, we've been, they'll find some music and they'll come to me because the triplets are 14 and their brother's 13, and they'll come, they'll be like, oh my gosh, Mom, we found the coolest song, you have to hear it. And they'll play something for me and I'll go, that's Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. And they'll go, you've heard this? And I know all the words. Yes, Guns N' Roses is not new to me, guys. It's what I was raised on. Love me some 80s glam rock. One of you says, I'm tied, edgy, sporty. I lean to edgy. Now I know why I love my big jewelry. I definitely can't wear cute. Yeah, so it's all individual. What's perfect for you is all wrong for them, and what's, vice versa. Totally confirmed that I have a bit of edge. I don't wear zebra either, but they can do serious damage. They bite and kick, not horses with a cuter outfit. Well, good to know. But that isn't how they're portrayed to us, are they? And they're still vegetarians, right? So, they still don't eat people. I stand by my assessment. Yeah. I thought I had a little edgy because I love Croc embossed bags and shoes, but after this explanation, I'm not sure it's edgy. Croc can go along with edgy, but it can also be a minimal thing. So it can, but it doesn't have to be. One of you says it's confirmed that I am not, although I do like soft leather and I really like the black top with the leather strip down the front. Well, you can like leather and not be edgy. And I only like my leather to be soft if it's on my clothes, like because I have to actually move in it. It's a requirement. Janet says, I admire your edgy style and know that it's not mine thanks to your educational materials. And Janet, that is the perfect place to be sitting, knowing that you admire it on someone else, but it's not for you. That's a hard line to draw in the sand. And I still have to remind myself at times when I see someone who is just killing it in their personal style, and I'm like, oh, I could wear that. I love that. No, I don't. And no, I couldn't. I would look and feel ridiculous in it. And I have to stop and remind myself, I don't actually want to wear that. I just love how it looks on her. It's so good for her that it makes me want to wear it. April, I found my signature style thanks to you. I'm Edgy Classic, but before discovering stunning style, I took some style courses and I was told that you can't combine edgy with classic. So I tried some classic styles like cute, trying to dress like Reese Witherspoon, or preppy, but it didn't work for me. Then I found stunning style, read about edgy twist, and was like, oh, this is me. I like classic style, but I definitely need some extra details, and I have all this adding some edgy details. I'm so glad. I wish I knew who was talking to me. That thrills me because you're not the only one who has had that experience or that challenge. I mean, we all look. Reese Witherspoon is one of those people that you just look at her and she's just nailed her personal signature style and it suits her so well. And it's just so good that the rest of us like, I want to dress like Reese because her style is fabulous. But I would look like an angry clown. I'm such a serious person that if I dress like that, it makes me look more serious and angry instead of having the opposite effect. It doesn't make me look friendlier or softer or nicer or lighter or more fun. It makes me look mad. So I totally get it. And I'm so glad that you found your signature style. Michelle says, I'm 60 and I just ordered a white jean mini skirt because I've always wanted to be able to wear one. And now that I've lost 60 pounds, I can and I will. I am so proud of you, Michelle, and I hope you'll share a picture of you in your hot mini skirt because you can wear it. I'm glad you did it. Good for you. Hi, April, it's Christy. This is very informative. I like squares and rectangles, but don't feel comfortable in most things that would be considered stabby. This chat helped me understand how to incorporate shapes, but how to avoid them looking edgy for me. Christy, that is perfect. And that's why it's so important to listen to all of these because it's easy to pull in the wrong detail, not recognizing what it is. And then you're like, why does this, I don't like you. But you're almost identical to that one. So why do I like you but not you? And it could be because you pulled in a detail from the wrong twist and it's making it feel off. Sandra says, I am split evenly, 23% minimal, edgy, cute. Cute sounded like me and edgy does not at all. Well, then just ignore the edgy. Like I said, the quiz is very not perfect. And if you do take the quiz, it's really important to put away the shoulds in your head. It's easy to be like, oh, I like those, but I don't have anywhere to wear that. So I'm going to wear this. I'm going to pick this one. And that'll throw the results. It's what would you wear in a perfect world if nothing else mattered? It didn't matter who saw you. It didn't matter where you lived. It doesn't matter if you have problem feet, how old you are, what you do for a living, whether or not you have kids. Like, ignore all the things that factor into your choices and just look at what you would wear in a perfect world. If the weather was always perfect, if no one was going to judge you, or you didn't, you weren't worried about being judged, like, forget all of that. Like, I was born with bad feet. My feet just hurt. Shoes are hard for me. And it's easy for me to say, I love those, but I look like a drunk baby giraffe when I wear heels that high. So I'm just going to pick these ones over here. Or I've got 6 kids. I can't wear anything that I can't outrun my kids in or sit in the floor with. So I'm going to pick that. We're not picking what you should wear. We're picking what you wish you could wear and love. So when you take the quiz, that's so important to get the right result. Amy says, I'm not edgy, but the information confirms why I don't like certain patterns and styles. Then perfect. This was so valuable. A Facebook user says, I was 20 minutes late joining the live special because I was waiting on the Facebook page link for the live stream. There was no link in my email either. I didn't know where to go to find this. Then I remember to check here. So it is on the Facebook page. Facebook has been having a problem. Like, yeah, my husband and I were discussing this yesterday. It's like it's on my page, but it's showing that it got a reach of 1. So for whatever reason, Facebook is not distributing this, and I don't know why, and I don't know how to fix it. And we don't do emails for this. There's never going to be an email that this is going live. You'll get an email when we publish it on the website, but there's no email that goes out when it's live. So, I can't control Facebook. We all wish we could. We don't know why they do what they do. They've been rolling out some big changes on business pages, and my page has been switched over to the new one, and it's caused a lot of problems with my page, and it looks like this is one of them. But they didn't give me the choice, right, of whether or not I rolled my page over, and it's just my bad luck right now. So it is on my page. They're just not telling you. You can also find it in the Capsule Wardrobes for Classic Style Facebook group if it's not showing up for you in your feed on my page. But it's there. I just can't make them show it in your notifications, unfortunately. Debbie says, mostly edgy with a little cute sprinkled in, and 70 years old today. Never too old to be who you are. Happy birthday, Debbie. And you don't look 70. I did not know you were 70. You're gorgeous. And you're right. You are never too old to be who you are. This is Kathleen. I tended to go all out edgy. Oh, and back to the whole Facebook page thing. As soon as this is done, you'll be able to watch the replay, and it will be up on the website today as well. The email will probably go out in the morning, but it'll be up on the website later today. So you can watch it at the end here. This is Kathleen. I tended to go all out edgy with no or little minimal when I was younger. At this stage of my life, I have found a more balanced combination of edgy and minimal with an occasional dash of cute. This works beautifully for my winter hued self. Well, Kathleen, does it feel good? Like, did you feel good when you went all out edgy before, or do you feel better now that you are balancing it with the minimal and the additional dash of cute? Like, which one was wrong and which one is right for you? Because sometimes we change things because we think we have to or we should. I did that. I love the look of pointy-toed shoes, but they squish my toes and give me ingrown toenails. TMI, I know, but it makes me sad. I get it. That's hard. I get it. So, we have to deal with the real life aspects of it too, but there are other ways. Like if you're edgy, there are other ways to bring edgy in. But like when we travel, I can't wear the shoes I wear when I'm sitting at my desk. There's nothing edgy about the shoes I wear when we travel because I would be in tears, literally in tears from the pain. I cannot wear shoes like that if I'm going to be walking much or on my feet much. But like just on a normal day, taking the kids to sports, walking around the house, at my desk, sure, I can wear the edgy, stabby, pointy shoes, but yeah, so I get it. We have to make choices, but you can bring in your twist in other ways. It's Jan. I really like pointy toes and some edgy jewelry, but add other twists with jewelry as well. I'm mostly classic light, which would be cute, correct? I do like wider stripes, not really sure where to focus yet. So Jan, we'll talk about that in the Society Facebook group after the spring guide is live, and you have a few weeks to make that decision. Boho Classic, soft and edgy sounds perfect. That is what boho is. It's a mix of soft and edgy. Jan again, I feel a bit like Mirka, a total sprinkle of edgy, minimal, and cute. Lots to learn this week. Yeah, and combining the right ones is how you get your signature style. Sandra says, I'm honest to a fault. I don't do secrets. Oh, well, very well. Sorry, my feed just bumped on me. I'm like a vault. I try not to be honest to a fault. I mean, I won't lie to you. Like, if you ask me, I'm not going to lie about it. But I don't tell anybody's secrets. It's not mine to tell. Mm-mm. I'm a very, very private person, and I guard other people's privacy as well. It's really important to me. Facebook user quoted me, "You should hear all the things I don't say, Baha. I love that you said this. So true." And so me as well. Yeah, I mean, we should get credit for that, right? Like, there should be a ticker tape that runs across my forehead of filtered, 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 filtered. And I should get a gold star every time I do it, but I don't, you know? Kim says, I have to put on the filter when I'm in public. If I would always say what I think, all hell would break loose. Okay, so one of the reasons I love Kim so much is because she and I can just be ourselves. Like, we just back and forth, being totally like blunt and honest, and neither one of us is having our feelings hurt because we're both that way. I'm not offended. She's not offended. We just say the thing. We don't have to sugarcoat, and we don't like, Kim is very easy for me to talk to because I know I'm not hurting her feelings and she's not hurting mine, and we can just communicate very openly and easily. So Kim, I know. A Facebook user says, thanks for clarifying. I was waiting on the Facebook page also and didn't know to go here. I know, it's so frustrating, and I wish there was something I can do about it. And I just can't. They roll out changes, they change things, they change the algorithm, they change our personal feeds, they change our business feeds, and it just is what it is, you know. It's a platform that we use the best we can, but we can't make it do what we want it to do. Rachel says, I love edgy style, leather jackets, pointed toe boots, distressed denim, and all black especially, and always have had a goth side. But I don't think I have any sharp edges. Am I false advertising when I wear edgy? Well, would other people agree with that? I only know I have sharp edges because other people have said so. I know that based on how they react to me in my most raw self. I'm very, very fortunate in that my husband thinks it's funny. Like, when I get grouchy and really edgy, he thinks it's hot, and he thinks it's funny, and he just laughs at me, which just kind of makes me madder, which fuels his amusement, right? So, like, if I go on a rant or a tirade, he just thinks it's funny. So that's good, right, for our relationship. But not everyone feels that way, and I know I have hurt people's feelings many times unintentionally, just by being very direct. I don't do the niceties well. Like, I forget. It's not that I am intentionally not doing it. I just forget. Like, when we finished our basement in our last house, it took 2 years because I took my time making the choices, right? So this contractor was in our house for 2 years. We got to be friends, right? And so I would just come downstairs and I go, okay, well, so here's my punch list. And he'd go, good morning, April. How are you? I'm well. Thank you for asking. I slept great. And I'm having a fantastic day already. I appreciate the inquiry. And I go, oh, sorry. Anyway, I wanted to talk about, so he could laugh and joke about it, but I get to the point, and I don't have the patience to sugarcoat and tiptoe around things. Like, I find that frustrating. Just get to the point. I'll get to the point, you get to the point, and then we can all move on. And isn't that better? You know, I don't want to talk to everybody like they're a toddler. But other people think that's rude. And I get that because they're them and I'm me. So, Rachel, the question being, do other people think you have sharp edges? Do you have a sharp tongue? Does your mouth get you in trouble sometimes? Do you accidentally offend people? Do you, yeah. So you know, it all comes down to wear what you love. You know, if you love it and it feels good when you wear it, then wear it. Mirka says the area of the city I live in is called Stabby. I want to live in Stabby. That sounds perfect. Or maybe I could rename my neighborhood Stabby, except I'm probably the stabbiest person in my neighborhood. They're all so nice. I have the nicest neighbors, and I try so hard to be on my best behavior around them because I like them so much. One of you says, I feel like preppy goes with cute. Cute is part of preppy, but cute and preppy are different. Oh, Laura said that. What is Jennifer Love Hewitt in The Ghost Whisperer? Confession, I watched every episode of every season of that show. Jennifer Love Hewitt dresses more cute than anything in that show. And if you go back, if you missed yesterday, go back and listen to that or read that post and see if you can pick out all the cute elements of what she wears. Laura again, preppy is Lily Pulitzer and Jack Rogers. Yes, preppy can be Lily Pulitzer and Jack Rogers, but it can also be cute. Because cute and preppy, and there's cute in preppy, but cute and preppy are different. And I know that I've had so many requests to write more style twist articles, but they literally take me weeks to write these articles, getting all of the wording right and finding the pictures takes forever. And I have not had weeks of unclaimed time to do that. So, yeah, I mean, I have an outline for them, but I just haven't had time to do it. Brenda here, thanks for putting your name. As you say that what you won't wear, in my head, I'm going, me too. Yes, my 31% edge is outweighing my 31% sporty. Agree, occasionally wearing something outside my norm is fun. Well, I'm glad that you learned something here today and that maybe you identified some things that work for you. Linda says, I know that I have a strong edgy twist, big jewelry, zippers, etc. I've always loved and worn pointy-toe shoes, but I do wear others occasionally as well, and it doesn't bother me. Could that be my small percentage of cute classic coming through? Absolutely. And you don't have to want or wear all the edgy things I listed. But yeah, that could be some of the cute. Like maybe you need to shave off or buffer a little bit of that edge with your cute to feel right to you. Tina says, thanks for this. This validates that I can be minimal, soft, and edgy. Have always followed my instincts, but kind of lost that for a while. Exciting to be thoughtful and aware when planning outfits. I'm so glad that this helps you. Michelle says, this course helped me find who I really am. I can finally ignore the shoulds and let my inner person shine. I just wish I had found all this long before turning 60. You've given me the confidence to be who I am. Michelle, that's the kind of comment that gives me the happy tears. Like it really makes me tear up. Michelle is talking about the Perfectly Put Together course, and it's all about finding your style. And you know what? I wish I had found it before too. I only could write that course because I lived the other end of it, right? And I'm just thrilled that you have found it now because you have so much more life to live and so many more years of wearing what you love. So, sorry, this might be the school. Hold on. Hello? Yes? Thank you so much. 1 second. Sorry. I always answer local numbers in case it's the school or like something is wrong with one of my kids. And I don't ever ignore those no matter what. So it wasn't the school. Christine says, hi, April. My husband is getting perturbed because I'm spending time on all this. He says I'm vain and he can tell me what looks good on me. Huh. How dare he, right? How can I explain to him that I need to dress for me? You know, that's tricky. You're right. You do deserve to dress for you. And you can, obviously shared that with him, but the truth is, he's not a style expert, is he? Unless he went to FIT or had a job as a stylist or something, he cannot tell you what you love. He's not qualified to do that. You get to decide what you love. And if you're using tools that help you figure that out, I would point out to him how much money it saves you in shopping mistakes, and that the value of the confidence that you're gaining is priceless. And honestly, this is something that comes up in any form of change, weight loss, style changes. Anytime we change something about ourselves, it can make the people around us very uncomfortable. Because they're comfortable with how we are. So you'll see this in weight loss groups. Like, I'm losing weight and my partner is like telling me not to, and because it's making the other person uncomfortable. So this is not unique to him, and it's not unique to style. And it's hard for him to see you changing because he likes you, right? He loves you just the way you are. And part of that could be that he loves you and thinks you're so beautiful that why would you need that? But it's not for him. It's for you. I'm not a marriage counselor or any kind of counselor, and so I really can't give you marriage advice, but it's not uncommon. And he's probably feeling uncomfortable with the changes, but I would take a logical approach to it and just say, you know what? I've made a lot of shopping mistakes. I don't feel good in my outfits, in my wardrobe. I will save a lot of money by knowing exactly what I do and don't love and what I feel my best in. And this is an investment in myself. It's my hobby. Does he have a hobby? We all spend money on what interests us. My dad loves cars, like old cars that need a lot of work, not the new cars that run. That is the hobby he spends his money on. We all have hobbies that we spend our money on. I like clothes and bags and shoes, and that's kind of a hobby for. I turned my hobby into a business, right? So just say it's my new hobby. What's your hobby, honey? Because what you're spending your hobby money on, I'm spending my hobby money on this. There's a lot of different ways that you can come at this. That might be a great question to ask in the group, because I'm certain you're not the only person who's come up against this. But yeah, those are just some of my thoughts. Robin says, click on the announcements tab of the Facebook group. They always show there. Oh, thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. I see it more from my end and less from the user end, so I appreciate that. Diana says, I've always loved the elegant, simple, sophisticated corporate look, like the rich CEO character in a Hallmark movie before she goes to her hometown. Is that edgy or minimal? I know it's totally good. I don't watch Hallmark movies, so I can't be sure, but that's probably minimal classic. It can have edgy to it. Do you want to know when it clicked for me? I was watching Daredevil, the Marvel Daredevil series on Netflix. And in season 2, when they bring in, is it Elektra? Not her costume, not like her here, like her villain, hero villain, she's this, she's that. What is she? Is she bad? Is she good? But her civilian clothes, that was the moment that I sat up. I literally sat up. I was on my bed watching it on my laptop, kind of reclined, and I sat up and I was like, that is it. That is it right there. She went into a board meeting. She had on a silk blouse and a leather pencil skirt. and super stabby heels. Very elegant, very chic, a little dangerous. Oh my gosh. And I was like, can we dispense with the red, villain costume? I want to see her regular clothes. Can you do a little more of that? That was when it clicked for me, the Edgy Classic. So I know what you mean. So it depends on which movie, but if it was a Hallmark movie, I'm going to guess it wasn't edgy. Hallmark isn't edgy. It's cute and minimal. A Facebook user says, I need to stay heavier on the edgy side. Too much cute feels uncomfortable. My biggest takeaway belonging to the Stunning Style Society is that your age is not a factor when using your twist. Amen. And I'm so glad you've been able to take that in. If too much cute feels uncomfortable, do you need any cute? Or do you need a little bit of cute? Diana says, I wish I were as filtered as you. I want to be the elegant, mysterious lady, but I instinctively share to put others at ease. That is something you have been trained to do. I was raised to be liked and likable. It was very much part of the Southern culture. It's pounded into us everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. If you want to be a respectable Southern lady, you need to be liked and likable. And that is what that sounds like to me. Share to put others at ease. I cannot tell you how many times I have done that. Or swallow it to put others at ease. Pretend to put others at ease. So that sounds like a trained behavior. And it's hard to let it go, but you can. Laura says, you don't need to do more. I so appreciate all you do, and I'm amazed how much you do for free. Thank you, Laura. I really appreciate that. I try. I mean, there are those who are preppy and boho who really do want more because they're not feeling represented and they want help too. But I do try to give you all as much value as I can. Gail says, so interested to hear about Boho Classic. I'll play with that. Thanks, Gail. Speaking of, Gail would probably love a lot of help with her Boho Classic, but I hope that points you in the right direction, Gail. Christine says, thank you, April. Your answers are spot on and very helpful. And definitely he is not a fashion style expert. Well, it's the rare husband who is. Let's be honest. There are some men who really are attuned to that. But they are the exception in general. Lynette says, my husband said Stunning Style Society was like his fantasy football. Yeah, Lynette, I totally agree. We all have our things. And if you can recognize it that way, what we value, what we're interested in, and that's where we put our time and money, like in our leisure time, then yeah, I mean, it's a great way to say it, Lynette. Thank you. Robin says, wonderful advice you gave Christine about our fashion and body image journey. Well, I hope so. Like I said, I'm not a trained anything when it comes to anything like that. So that's just off the top of my head from my own personal experiences to do with as you wish. Rochelle says, is there artsy classic? Absolutely. It's you know what? I've never thought of that particular phrase, but so this is how it works. There's a woman that I know. She's totally artsy classic. I never would have she's so fabulous. She's so fabulous and just the nicest person. But when I write these posts, I have that person that I know in mind. And as I'm doing it, I think about what suits them and what they are. So she's totally artsy classic. She is so it's a little bit like boho, but more classic than boho. And more minimal classic, I mean, and more edgy and less soft. There's a little bit of the soft. So it's about ratios, right? Boho has more edgy and soft. Like it's a little more evenly distributed between minimal, edgy, and soft. I mean, this is just first impressions. When I think about this woman, I know this friend of mine, she's more minimal. She adds some edgy, but there is some softness with it. And sorry, I'm totally picturing her and just analyzing her in my head right now. There's a dramatic flair to her minimal, but it's not out of control. There's a little bit of, there's some edgy and some softness, but it's still heavy in the minimal. And she's fabulous. And there are a lot of things that she wears that I'm like, I would totally wear that, except for this part. And it's the soft that I wouldn't wear. That's the part that she's bringing in that is not me. But I'm like, I love all of that, but that part I can't. Miss Happiness says, minimal preppy with a bit of edge. Need help. By the way, it's a family joke. I miss rude and abrupt. But you don't mean to be. It's like, it's not intentionally rude, abrupt. It just, I mean, you're not meaning to be rude, I'm assuming. It just comes across that way to people who aren't that way. Minimal preppy with a bit of edge. Yeah. Well, so this season in the Stunning Style, well, this year in the Stunning Style Society, we are going to be doing the Year of the Classic Style Twist. Every week, there will be a lesson on incorporating your classic style twist into your style to create your signature style. And so that is where we're going to be breaking this down. And the guide is coming soon. You can join the waiting list and learn more about it by going to stunningstyle.com/society. But that's where this is happening. So Rochelle says, in soft classic, OMG, artsy classic, that's me. Please write about it. Yeah, I mean, literally 3 weeks or more. Like not last year, the year before, I went through and revamped all those posts. Just revamping them took me an entire full-time week. And that was just like updating it, editing, tweaking, getting a few new pictures. It would take me a full 3 weeks to write any of these. That one might take me longer because this is the very first time I've given it any thought whatsoever. And right now I just can't. But I mean, I'll add it to the list of the ones. I've already got 3 in queue. Quirky Classic, Boho Classic, and Preppy Classic. I'll add Artsy Classic to the list, but I can't make any promises. I am so overloaded. My plate is beyond full right now. But in the society, doing these classic style twists this year is how you can get a start on that. Patty says, I see it, artsy. I know that woman. Don't you though? Oh, now I just need to go spend more time with her. It's like, Catherine, we need to hang out more. I need to watch you in your environment. I need to study you. I mean, I adore her as she is. She's fabulous. So fabulous. And she has a sensitive side to her. It's that intuitive, artistic side to her that is very sensitive, but she's also very elegant, regal, private. Tina says, artsy classic, that's me. I sometimes describe it as Euro chic. Well, I mean, yes, Euro chic, yes, but Euro chic can also, I mean, be very minimal. It can be edgy classic, little soft classic. Yeah, I mean, yes, but it can also be split up too into those 3. A little less of the cute classic, I think, in the Euro chic. This is all just off the top of my head. I've given this zero thought ever in my life. but just kind of breaking that down in my head super fast. Lynette says, hearing the different twists is so helpful. I now understand I don't like soft at all. Lots of soft in the stores. Oh, we've been living the soft for several years now. And for some reason, once you turn 50, they think that's what you should wear. Oh, I had a conversation with someone about this week. I was so bugged. And she was like, that's just what women this age need to wear. And I was like, did you just say need to wear? Please say, didn't say that to me. Because why? Why do you have to wear maternity clothes just because you turned 50? You're definitely not getting pregnant at 50. So why do you have to cover your butt and wear a tent? Mrs. Roper wants her clothes back, y'all. Never wearing it. And why do you think that just because someone turns that age, they have to roll up in a carpet and die? Like, just no. Oh, it makes me mad. I get really, I'm having an emotional week. I'm on edge this week, and that made me so mad when she said that I had to walk out of the store. I did, before my mouth got the better of me. I am not okay with that. As a retired therapist, I can say generally men will want to rescue and try to fix if you seem unsure. This process of discovery can seem like you're confused. Share that with the group. Let him know you're good with the process. Well, that is a qualified professional giving you qualified professional advice. Listen to her, because I am not a professional, qualified or otherwise. So that's great insight, and I really appreciate you sharing that. Janet says artsy has a dramatic flair to it. Yes, it does. One of you wants to know what earrings I'm wearing. I love them. I've had these for a couple of years. I included them in a couple of the wardrobe guides. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go back and look. It's been so long, but I love these. They're kind of a take on the Christian Dior ones, except, those are like a pearl here and then a massive like oyster, like mothball, huge back here. And I love the idea of that, but I cannot do the pearl and the big giant round thing on the front and the back. And but this is perfect for me, and I love these earrings. But in the wardrobe guides in the shopping portal, I link to stuff like this. The whole wardrobe guide is minimal classic. And then in the shopping portal, I give you options for each of the twists, which, being totally honest, that's another reason I don't want to write about any more twists, because then I'll have to find even more things for the shopping portal. And it's already such a huge undertaking. Like, it just gets bigger and bigger, like a snowball rolling down. And if I add more twists, I'll have to add more twists there. And that kind of makes me want to cry. But in the shopping portal, so there will be like the earrings that I featured, and they'll be minimal, but then there will be edgy earrings. And so these were featured as edgy earrings at least one season. There'll be cute earrings, soft earrings, sporty earrings. And so there's an option for each twist for each of the portal items, each of the featured items, I mean. Mrs. Roper wants her clothes back. Well, right? Gosh. Mrs. Roper needed a new wardrobe is what she needed. Michelle says, I always tell my husband my troubles, but from time to time I still remind him I don't need him to fix my problem. Just listen to me. He stresses if he isn't fixing things for me, but that reminder, a sewage how he feels. I know. And being totally honest, I myself am a fixer. You have a problem? I will fix it for you. And that I am guilty of that. I want to help you. I want to fix your problem. I want to make you happy. Like I want to relieve you of what's upsetting you, So my husband's gotten very good about stopping and saying, do you just want me to listen to you, or do you want me to do something about this? Or sometimes I'll say, I don't want you to solve my problem. I just need to talk about it. I just need to get it out of my system. But I do it as much as he does. You have a problem? I'll fix it for you. I'm a doer. But that's great, Michelle, that you guys can communicate that way. Miss Happiness says moo moo. Yeah, that's what they're trying to put you in once you turn 50. And I'll tell you, I'm 5 years out from 50, and you'll have to kill me to get me in a moo moo. There's no way while I live and breathe that you're going to put that on my body. I'll go naked. If those are my only options, I'm going to be put in jail for public nudity because I will not wear it. Ladies, this is so much fun. We've been on here forever, but the chat afterwards is hands down, without a doubt, my favorite part. The conversation that we have here. I do the beginning part so we can have the conversation after. It's my reward. But I love that you have gotten something from this, and I've really enjoyed our conversation about this. Join me again tomorrow. We're talking about soft classic. And again, whether you think you're soft classic or not, join me anyway, because hearing about it might change your mind, or it will help you stay away from the soft details that are bringing your wardrobe out of alignment with what you want to wear. You need to know what to stay away from as well as what to look for, because it's equally as important. So we will be here again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you haven't joined the Style Twist Challenge, please sign up there at stunningstyle.com/twist. And the challenge, the first outfit comes out on Sunday, and we'll wear it on Monday. And we are going to be playing dress up all next week. Dress up for grown-ups. It's going to be fun. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. I will see you again tomorrow.